Hi everyone! So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to show you how to stretch up your ears without any pain and as safely as possible. So step one, if you want to stretch up your ears, you're going to have your ears pierced, obviously. If you can, buy a professional piercer. Mine were done at the jewelry store when I was young and it's not so good. You can see there's less skin on this one and more skin around this one. So it wasn't really perfect when they did it. It wasn't really precise. So I recommend you go to a professional for that. Then you'll have to wait something like 3 months to make sure that your ears are healed completely. After that, and if you had your ears pierced already, you could go buy this kind of thing, which is a stretching kit. This is a part of my stretching kit I had. I just can't find all the sizes. I don't know for what reason, but yeah. You can find your stretching kit on eBay. It's super cheap, something like $30 to $40 without any shipping. You could go on online body jewelry stores like plugyourholes.com or kingsbodyjewelry.com also. So what you're gonna need in your stretching kit, there's two things normally. There's this, which are tapers like this, and some plugs or tunnels. This is a tunnel. A plug is like the full version of it, simply. So when it's time to stretch it up, I recommend you take a warm shower. Otherwise, you can rub your ear with some warm water and just do a little massage on your earlobe just to make sure it's ready to stretch. Then you're gonna take your taper like this. Just remove this. Yeah, like this, and put some spectral gel on it. Otherwise you can take jojoba oil also to slide it in. You have to make it gently, please, so just slide it in your hole, obviously not with anything inside of it, but I recommend you wait something like 5 minutes when you've put your taper in before you put your plug or tunnel, just to make sure it's okay and it's ready to insert it, because maybe if you remove it too quickly you won't be able to put your plug in it. So then I recommend you wait a few weeks. For the smaller gauges, I recommend something like 2 weeks, depending on how it feels. You're gonna feel a bit of discomfort in the beginning sometimes, mostly in the bigger gauges, but it will be okay. After that it'll heal. It's not really a wound, but it feels a bit like a wound. Your skin might peel just a bit around your lobe. You might feel that there's more sebum. It's normal, a bit of discomfort also. Make sure that when you put your taper, you don't put a too big size and it's healed completely. Like if you've done your piercing a few weeks or just a month ago, wait a bit more just to make sure that it's completely healed and ready for the size. And in between the sizes, make sure that you're ready for the next size, that you feel it's completely healed, there's no discomfort. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel when your skin is ready. But I recommend something like 2 weeks in between the sizes for the smallest ones, and something like a month when you go to the bigger ones. So for me, I waited something like a month in between the sizes from 4 gauge, if you wondered. So I recommend you wash them pretty often. I wash mine like every day, but you can do it, well, in the beginning mostly every day, but at least once a week, just to make sure it's okay, it's not going to be infected or something. So yeah, once a day if you can. So I have another tip for you when you come to the bigger gauges, because you'll feel that it's way longer and way harder to put in your taper when you start to have bigger gauges, like something like 4 or 2. It depends on your lobe, it depends on you. Some people might feel discomfort starting at 6 gauge. So I recommend you use the taping method if you want to make sure it doesn't hurt at all. So what is the taping method? Actually, you use tape, so electrical or stretching tape, obviously not any tape you find, and you just wrap it around your plug or tunnel, whatever, one layer at a time. With that method, you're gonna make sure that it's not hurting at all. It's super progressive. So yeah. So when it's done, I recommend you wash it pretty often, like once a day or at least once a week, because you put layers and then you'll have some sebum into it and then you make some bacteria. So I recommend you change the layers something like once a week, and you wash it at least once a week, if you can every day also. Another method I've used is using this. So this is a spiral, this is a small one, and this is a bigger one, like to 00, I think. So yeah, you can use this just as a taper if you want to have something beautiful in your ear, in between the sizes also. It doesn't come in your stretching kit, but you can find it online pretty cheap. So you just insert it like you do for a taper, but obviously like this. So you might feel that your ear isn't really ready for the next step, for the next gauge. So you can just insert this like this and wait until like the half of the spiral, and then continue it just a bit every day. I've done that and it works, and I know people who've done that and it works also without tearing apart your ear. So another tip for you, you must be patient and wait between the gauges to make sure that your ear is healed completely and is ready for the next one. It'll be way safer like this, and it won't hurt if you do that. Otherwise you can tear your ear, and if you do that you have to wait a bit more time even for it to heal, because you made a scratch. You will have some blood and you'll have to wait even more. So really wait in between the gauges, at least 2 weeks for the beginning and then 1 month. So it might take a bit of time until you come to the gauge you want, but it's the safer way and the easier way and the non-hurtful way also, if you don't want any scalpel in your ear. I also have a product that I want to recommend to you, so this is it. It's the Aveeno Ultra Calming Foaming Cleanser. This is a thing I've used on most of my piercings. It doesn't look like I have any piercings, but I've had like 13. Yeah, you can use this on your piercings, also on your tattoos. It's super great. It does the same job as spectral gel, but it's for sensitive skin, and it's fragrance free, but it's also moisturizing and calming, so I really recommend this. This is a foam version. I do not recommend using this for taping your ear, but you can use that after. Otherwise there's a cream version also. I don't know if it will help to slide in your taper really. I'm not really sure about this one, but otherwise you can choose spectral gel also. It does a great job. Also, another thing I forgot to say to you, you have two different types of stretching kits. You have the ones made in acrylic like this, and you have the ones made in stainless. Some people recommend more the stainless version because it slides pretty easily, even easier than acrylic. So, well, you can use both, it's your choice, but I would recommend stainless. So another thing I've got to warn you about is to never ever 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 use anything organic to stretch up your ear. So any stone, wood, shell, don't use anything made like that to stretch up your ears. First off, it won't slide really well, but mostly it's because it can retain the sebum inside the fibers of wood or shell or whatever. It can retain the sebum and also the bacteria, so it can lead to infection. So don't use anything organic to stretch up your ears. So there's another method I forgot to tell you that I haven't really used, but some people do use it and they tell it's super safe and non-hurting. So you can use this. This is a plastic plug. I'll write down to you what it is. It's a tunnel. I think it's acrylic. I don't really know. What is that? But anyway, so I'll write down what it is exactly. So you just fold it in like this. You put it in and then you wait until it has its normal size. So it can be also another method to use to stretch up your ears when you're in the bigger gauges and don't want it to hurt too much. But obviously if you skip some gauges, you skip some sizes, it won't really work. I think it won't take its normal size and it won't really feel good in your ear. But no matter what, I recommend you buy these even though you don't use this method, because it's super comfortable. So sometimes when you just want something really comfortable in your ear, if you do some sport or something like that, you can put these in. And some people say also that your ear makes less sebum when you put this in, so use it. There are some people who say that the sebum that your ear make smells atrocious. But if you wash your ears pretty often like I do, you can smell just a bit of sebum sometimes when you play with it, but it doesn't really smell that bad, and if you wash it, it's not gonna smell really bad. So it's just as if you don't wash yourself, you'll smell bad. Well, if you don't wash your stretchers, it'll smell bad. So that's pretty much it. I think I've shown everything to you. Have I? I think so. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments, write me a message if you want, but mostly in the comments, ask me anything you want. Obviously, I'm not a professional purser, I'm just a girl with some experience with stretches, but if you want to ask any questions, I'm here for you. So thanks for watching and see you next time.